Today marks one of my proudest days being a business owner. Why? Well, because today I achieved a goal that I've been working on for a long time. I'm Brady Shearer, the CEO of Church Tools, the creator of Nucleus, and as of today, we've officially lowered the price of Nucleus by 50%. And keep watching to learn why we did it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the backstory of Nucleus or even what it is, here's a quick summary. Nucleus is a new kind of website builder for churches. It's all about next steps. You see, most church websites exist as digital yellow pages listings. You'll likely find some basic information, but very little when it comes to next steps and taking action. And here's the bottom line. Yellow Pages websites made sense in years gone by, but consider that you and I were living through the biggest communication shift in 500 years, and we need better solutions. Why? Well, because everything you and I do in our churches boils down to two words: next steps. We want the people in our churches continually moving forward, becoming more like Christ. I don't know about you, but I want a church full of active participants, not a church of passive spectators just taking up space. So, how does this translate to Nucleus? Well, simply stated, our success is measured by the success of our churches. And if Nucleus isn't contributing to an increase of next steps at your church, we're not doing our job. Now, Nucleus is what's known as a SaaS product. And SaaS is an acronym that stands for Software as a Service. And there are two things that you may not know about software. Here's the first one. If you want to do it right, software costs a lot of money. Like a lot of money. And this is why most software companies seek out investors. Basically, investors will give founders like me money to fund their software in exchange for an ownership stake in the company. Here's the problem. Investors aren't exactly lining up to pour money into the world of church tech. And more importantly, I've never wanted money from investors because I don't want to answer to a board of rich executives. I want to answer to our churches. Investment capital compromises that goal. Now, you might be wondering, if software is so expensive to build and Nucleus wasn't funded from outside sources, how did you build Nucleus in the first place? Well, simply put, I ran a successful business for 3 years. I saved most of the profits, and then I spent about $1 million of my own saved money to fund the construction of Nucleus. Crazy? Yeah, maybe you wouldn't be the first person to say or think that, but in my mind, it was absolutely necessary because churches are incredibly unique organizations, and I don't expect a board of investors to understand the needs of churches. I expect investors to demand higher profits. I expect executives to push for acquisition to the highest bidder to bolster their investment, and that's not something that I can accept. So that's the first thing that you may not know about software. It costs a ton of money to build. But here's the second thing that you also may not know about software. Software is risky, and most software companies fail. Here's how it generally works. A founder seeks out investor capital to fund their idea. The founder successfully raises capital. The founder burns through the capital to develop and market their idea. Finally, the founder doesn't acquire customers quickly enough, runs out of money, and is forced to shut down. Here's the good news, at least for us here at Nucleus. Because Nucleus was self-funded, we didn't have the luxury of burning through money. We needed to validate our idea early. So when Nucleus launched, I set the prices high, or at least higher than what many churches were used to paying for software. Now, why did I do this? One word: longevity. I want Nucleus to be around for a long time. You see, most software companies fail due to lofty ongoing expenses for development and/or poor fit with their customers. So my solution to this was a 3-step approach. Number 1, launch Nucleus with higher than expected pricing because it's easy to sell something cheap. Number 2, validate the idea of Nucleus with real churches because if churches were willing to pay more than what they were used to, well, that's a good indicator that we've built something special. And number 3, secure the longevity of Nucleus by building a passionate customer base, becoming profitable as soon as possible. Because again, I wanted Nucleus to be around for a long time. Because here's the deal. Once you're through the first couple of years of building software, once you've built a strong customer base, once you're profitable, well, that's when you can revisit your pricing and make adjustments. So that's what we're doing today. As of today, the following Nucleus pricing adjustments have been made. The Nucleus Pro annual plan used to cost $159 a month paid annually, and as of today, it costs half of that, just $79 per month. The Nucleus Pro monthly plan used to cost $199 each month. As of today, it's just $99 a month. We've also merged the Nucleus Pro and Basic plans together and renamed them Nucleus Web. Not only that, but in addition to the lower prices of Nucleus, we've also launched a brand new product and plan, the Nucleus Sermon Engine. And together, Nucleus Web and Nucleus sermon engine combined to make another brand new plan called Nucleus Complete. To learn more about pricing changes and to see all of the new Nucleus plans, click the link in the description for this video. And you might be wondering, well, how does this pricing change affect existing customers? Well, simply put, if you're paying your Nucleus subscription on a monthly basis, your price change will take place automatically. On the other hand, if you're paying your Nucleus subscription on an annual basis, we've already reached out through email to handle your switch over to the new pricing. And feel free to send us an email directly to hello@nucleus.church if you didn't see our email come through. To conclude, here's the great news about running a bootstrapped private company. I don't answer to a board of investors. I don't answer to shareholders. I answer to you, our churches. Bottom line, Nucleus has been very successful thus far. We're operating with a healthy profit margin, and I'm under no obligation to post profit increases every quarter to appease shareholders. So instead of hoarding all of the profit for myself, I want to return a chunk of it to the churches that use Nucleus every week, because I can't put into words how grateful I am to every church that uses Nucleus. Without you, Nucleus literally would not be possible. And this is just one small way that I can say thank you. Of course, if you have any questions, make sure to give us a shout. You can send us an email directly to hello@nucleus.church. And here's to more next steps and more life change at your church.